Joe Biden just made his biggest goof up yet, one that could have guaranteed Donald Trump wins next week's American election. Biden called Trump supporters garbage in a blunder that sums up exactly the problem with America's left. As I said last night, the president has wanted to get out and help campaign for Kamala Harris, his vice president. Harris's team has been going, no, stay home, Joe. But he couldn't help himself, too proud, and gave an interview today and blew the joint sky high. Until then, Kamala Harris had actually had probably her best day in the entire campaign. And I was thinking, wow, hang on, could she actually win this? She had some good poll numbers today. She spoke in Washington before the biggest crowd I've seen her draw. And her speech was very strong, even though I thought it was built on a giant lie that Trump was the new Hitler.
We know who Donald Trump is. He is the person who stood at this very spot nearly 4 years ago and sent an armed mob to the United States Capitol to overturn the will of the people in a free and fair election. Donald Trump intends to use the United States military against American citizens who simply disagree with him. We are not a vessel for the schemes of wannabe dictators.
Now, I think all that's dangerous and divisive nonsense, but you can see it was pretty strong. And what's helped Harris make this case is that foul joke that a comedian told at a Donald Trump rally at Madison Square Garden a couple of days ago. A joke mocking Puerto Ricans, just when Trump needs to win Latino votes. Now, as I've shown you, the joke, in fact, bombed with the Trump crowd, but Harris has been milking it as proof that Trump is a racist, a man of hate.
There's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there.
As I showed you, the crowd didn't like it, but this was hurting the Trump campaign, and you can tell because Trump today at his rally got a Puerto Rican supporter on stage to tell him he was actually great.
The people of Puerto Rico trust you and we have high hopes. As many Americans, we need this man back in the White House.
Trump then called up another Latino, Republican Senator Marco Rubio, who then broke the news. Joe Biden had just gone nuts.
But I have breaking news for you, Mr. President. You may not have heard this. Just moments ago, Joe Biden stated that our supporters are garbage. Are garbage. He's talking about the Border Patrol. He's talking about nurses. He's talking about teachers. He's talking about everyday Americans who love their country and want to dream big again and support you, Mr. President. And I hope their campaign is about to apologize for what Joe Biden just said. We are not garbage.
And it was true. Joe Biden has been losing his grip so badly that he was sacked as the Democrats' candidate, had now destroyed Kamala Harris's campaign as well.
Puerto Rico, where I'm in my home state of Delaware, they're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is just supporters.
Now, in every way, this was devastating for the Democrats. They've seen this horror movie before. When Hillary Clinton lost to Trump 8 years ago after also trashing Trump voters, showing all the arrogance of the left.
You could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Right? The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it.
So you guess what's going to hurt most. I mean, is it a comedian at Trump's rally calling Puerto Rico garbage, or President Biden himself calling half the American voters garbage for liking Trump? But what's even worse for Harris is that Biden said out loud what Harris's whole campaign has just been implying over the past week or two, attacking Trump as the new Hitler. That's already suggesting his voters are Nazis, and it sums up the contempt and the arrogance of so many of the modern left. You even had Harris's campaign, her own running mate, Tim Walz, likening Trump's Madison Square Garden rally to a rally at the same venue in 1939 by Nazi supporters, fascists and ethnic Germans.
There's a direct parallel to a big rally that happened in the mid-1930s at Madison Square Garden. And don't think that he doesn't know for 1 second exactly what they're doing there.
Well, two can play that game. I could point out that where Kamala Harris spoke today was where the Ku Klux Klan held a rally in 1924. Coincidence or deliberate? Yes, Joe Biden, he just ran with a Kamala vibe, but said out loud that Trump voters were trash. And in doing that, he exposed the hypocrisy of Kamala Harris, who was calling Trump today a wannabe dictator, a petty tyrant wanting to take away all American rights, and then claiming it was actually Trump who was spreading hate and fear and division.
It is time to turn the page on the drama and the conflict, the fear and division.
And then along came Joe and turned Harris's big day into a total disaster.